Las Vegas, you are realizing something that I have already known for years. Formula One is a major scam. The organization's only purpose is to cheat and cajole and conjure up money from fans and cities and just about everyone else. They don't care about the product or the people paying to see the product. They just want your dollars. And what we witnessed with the first day of the F1 in Las Vegas is simply further proof of that. By now, you most likely know that the Formula One had to cancel the first practice session in Las Vegas because of some poor planning, I guess, where storm drains weren't prepared for the suction of the cars as they drove by. After hours with seemingly no communication, fans were just told to leave, that practice was canceled and that they needed to get out of the track area and the grandstands. This was a problem completely of F1's own doing. It is without question the responsible party here. So what was their response? F1 presidents and really anyone involved with the organization has refused to offer anything resembling an apology. What's worse, the only people getting refunds for this are those single ticket holders, the ones who only had ticket for Thursday practice. Everyone else has been told to go pound sand. They ain't getting a dollar back. And even then, the refund for those single day ticket holders, a $200 merchandise voucher? F1 merchandise is some of the most garish nonsense imaginable. You're literally getting a $200 voucher to be a walking billboard for other companies. What the hell is that? That is no value. Like, oh man, I can't wait to buy this shirt with like 9 other company logos on it. It's so exciting, right? Like, what a great value for those one-day ticket holders. And everyone else doesn't get a damn thing. By the way, F1 practices are boring as shit. Nothing happens. It's just cars going around practicing. You're paying to watch cars practice, and you're not even really seeing anything. You get to see your little sliver of the track, and maybe there's some video board somewhere. Practice is not interesting. One, no one should you shouldn't sell single day passes to practice. And two, the reason practice tickets exist is it's like these add-on for these huge F1 packages. It's basically a way for them to create phony added value when they sell these huge multi-day passes. F1 practice shouldn't, I understand why I understand why they want to add it on, but it is not worth watching, like, at all. It is extremely boring, very little happens, and especially in person, like, you're just watching occasionally a car go by. It is nonsense. Everything about this is complete nonsense. Unfortunately, it's nonsense I've actually experienced firsthand. Let me take you back to 2016 and the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka. I was going to Tokyo as part of a big sports trip, seeing a bunch of different things, including Tokyo Giants, playoff baseball, and New Japan Professional Wrestling. Great events, by the way. Loved my time there. But Sunday was race day, and Formula One was in Japan, and I had rented a car, and me and a buddy, we decided that we were going to drive from Tokyo down to Suzuka, see the race, drive back. All pretty straightforward stuff. Unfortunately, there was quite a bit of traffic around Yokohama, so we didn't get there quite in time. We were there before the start of the race. We arrived, we parked, and we got to the ticket window, I would say about 15 minutes before the start of the race, looking to pick up our will call tickets. The reason we were picking up will call tickets because at this time, it was really the only thing F1 was doing. Their online sales game in 2016 was not particularly good. The outfit they were using to sell tickets basically made you buy it online, but you didn't get the digital copy. You had to go pick up the hard copy in person at the racetrack. Fair enough, right? Until we went to pick up our tickets and there was no one there who could give it to us because they had hired someone, F1 that is, had hired someone to work at the ticket window to give out the tickets that had been purchased by almost exclusively people overseas online. What happened, might you be asking? Well, apparently the company distributing the tickets put this clause in really small print on the sales agreement or whatever that ticket sales close 30 minutes before race time, which is asinine. Like, if someone buys a ticket, you shouldn't need to be there 30 minutes in advance. You should be able to pick up your damn ticket whenever you want to by the time the race ends. Like, if you show up 5 minutes before the race ends, you should be able to pick up your ticket. But the whole process was made worse is because that company did not give anyone else in the ticket office access to those tickets. They was just totally separate. It was just, they were almost renting space in the ticket office, and they just did their own things. So apparently, our tickets had been placed in a safe no one else knew the combination to, while the person who was supposed to be handing out our tickets had gone inside the race, the F1 race at Suzuka. They were watching the race while me, my friend, and a bunch of other people who had bought tickets through the site were just left there, like outside the racetrack, couldn't get in, couldn't get our tickets, but the person who was supposed to be handing them out was just fortunate enough to watch the race regardless. We had spent roughly 90 minutes or so of the race trying to figure out what was happening, trying to contact the seller, trying to contact anyone who could get our tickets with no luck. Eventually, the people in the ticket office felt so bad for us that they just let us in with, I would say, 15 minutes left in the race. I saw 2 laps of the 2016 F1 Japanese Grand Prix, and that was it. It ended and everyone left. It was the worst sporting event experience of my entire life, and it made clear that F1, it did not give a crap about fans. But the story is not over. Immediately after the fact, I went and wrote an email and tried to call and really just, I wanted a refund. I felt I deserved a refund. I bought tickets to see a race. I didn't get to watch the race. Why should I have to pay for that? Their response was no, they were not doing it. Like, they didn't even offer a defense of their actions. They didn't even offer an apology. They essentially blamed me for not being at the event 30 minutes ahead of time because I didn't read the fine print, and just refused to even discuss the matter even further. No matter who I emailed, no matter who I called, I could not get anything as much as an apology. Eventually, after just back and forth emails, I would have been happy with just, hey, you know, we're sorry, we're messed up, we're going to change this stupid policy. No apology, no refund. I basically got flipped a giant middle bird by F1 over their asinine ticket prices policy. And they didn't care. Like, they didn't care if I would never go to a race again. They'd got my money on that day, so be it. Like, they were happy. Mission accomplished for them. And that's F1 in a nutshell. Mission accomplished is to get your money. They'll talk about fans, and they'll talk about the experience and the greatest show on earth that the Las Vegas Grand Prix is going to be. It's not. It's going to be the greatest show for their bank account, because that's what they're in it for. Everything F1 does is out of greed and spite, and really just a general disdain for those in the stands. Regardless of what happens the remainder of this race weekend, F1 doesn't care. Like, F1 could cancel everything. They're not giving out any refunds. Like, I think we've seen time and again, they do not care. Maybe the race goes off without a hitch. Maybe there's problems. Who knows? Who cares, really? It doesn't matter. If the F1 isn't willing to give out refunds to fans for something they did not provide and want to say, oh, it's just part of the process, or that's just how it happens, like we can't be force majeure, whatever they're trying to claim, it's bullshit. It's greedy, it's nonsense, and it's further proof. Formula One, you're a fucking scam. That does it for me. I'm Cheyenne Hollis. This is the Touchback. Don't buy F1 tickets online. And as always, hashtag take it out to the 25.